His name is Alien, and all the good folks say that's a mighty fit name for a fella from space. It's awfully accurate and rather clear-cut to have your who be the same as your what. The staff in his hand is crooked and bent, twisted and skewed as his gnarly old scent. Eyeballs jut from his body on a twiggy old stalk, which tends to make all the good folks squawk. He's got 8 fine legs, but he's not real nice, more wicked and devilish than vampire lice. He built a robot to do mean things and shock, search through folks' drawers, take their socks, then collect the socks inside his glowing orb and leave them there until they're absorbed. Colors, colors everywhere, exploding novas in the air. Bad guys left and good guys right, 2 armies who will always fight. Between the good and bad stands tall a winding wild ivy wall. Green and lush and hard as stone, it keeps the good and bad alone. The green wall keeps them isolate and tampers down their mutual hate. On separate sides they'll be tonight, resting for tomorrow's plight. A war is scheduled for the morn, to this the armies both have sworn. Bad guys want to kill the good, and good the bad, if just they could. The redness of their anger bright, shimmering wildly in the light. Who will win the timeless war? No one knows the final score. A multi-legged, blue-faced beast wasn't free, not in the least. A little demon sits in wait, trying to send him off to space. To his home planet, yes, it's true, but his home planet is doo-doo. Why will the demon cast him from this lovely place? He tried to destroy the demon's base. A golden base, it was quite fine. To blow it up would cross a line. The base had magic all around and could change the character of any town. Could even change the whole darn earth. Who knows what its powers might one day birth? Have you ever heard a tale so strange as the one I'm here to now exchange? The butt monster who lives on earth, whose length is equal to his girth, has 4 fine legs and 2 fine arms, not to mention countless charms. He can lift the sun and moon, but don't go thinking he's a goon. He only has nice things to say, nice things to do, and loves to play. Still, it is his lonely station to be a cosmic abomination. He's got weird teeth, he's got weird eyes, and all he ever eats is fries. His one desire is to make good friends. He'll do anything to serve that end. That and ice and steam and fire, all good things one should admire. Clever ones who find their ways through the tricky traps of the monster's maze will surely shake and quake and shiver when on the other side they spot the river. Across the raging rapid sea, with sharpened claws and pointy teeth, a humongo monster waits to gobble anyone who wants to squabble about his right to eat them up and chomp them up as evening sup. More frightening, at least to this poem writer, the monster master's monster spiders, an army of 8-legged freaks so grand, and every freak at his command. Another mystery a bit more bland, the heart-shaped rock held in his hands. Way over yonder, where trolls live in trees, and their hairy bodies blow round in the breeze, 'tis a magical kingdom full of gloomy dooms, where the soil sprouts enchanted mushrooms. The people of the place protect the shrooms, and come out their rooms to groom and plume. A family once ate a bowl of shrooms, entranced by sweet fungi perfume. They went into the forest and did consume the shrooms, and got sick as heck from their blooms, and vomited inside their rooms. But all was well at end of day, and the family is better off today. What does it make me think? How does it make me feel? Two superheroes bent upon a dark monster's wheel. His name is Doom, and there's plenty to say about the world he wants to recreate. He wants to suck the heroes dry and spit into their hero eyes. But he has good intentions too. Let's take a little looky-loo. Everyone made fun of him when he was just a lad, so he was easy prey for Snake, and it was not so bad. And thus when bitten by the snake of doom, he ventured down into his room. He hatched himself a doomish plan, and one regarding all of man. Bitten by the snake of doom, he became the greatest in his room, and all who bullied him, you see, were victims to his beastly glee. He bullied back and did attack. You needn't shake and quake. Nothing too bad happened, but all were eaten by the snake. There's a very weird man with a very weird hand. His staff is stranger still. He turns folks into zombies, and that against their will. What does he need these zombies for? An army of the dead? Mostly to cause panic, an undue amount of dread. He sends them to the swimming pool. He sends them to the park. He sends them to the movies when daylight turns to dark. They moan and groan and make a fuss and can't be held to task. They're zombies, though, and don't you know, you shouldn't even ask. Red and blue and gray and green, eyeballs on the silver screen. Portals left and portals right, vortex in the sky tonight. Blue and red and white and gray can make you feel a certain way, but nothing really makes you feel like slipping through a portal's wheel. New worlds are there, some strange and bright, so slip through one this very night. Floating orbs are polka dots on rainbow sticks in prism knots. The blockhead man belies us all. Into the rainbow world he falls. His mind is blown by colors shown. His heart is in a flutter. His legs turn wobbly celery stalks. His mind turns peanut butter. He scoops the colors in his hand and stares into the whirling. He gasps and groans at pure light tones until his eyes start swirling. The sun, the shattered sun, fragmented when the day is done. Shining slivers of other stars make us wonder where we are. On planet blue and green and brown, in some strange cosmic part of town, the star at center of our home, around in orbit which we roam. Mere world with cake and legs for candles, lizards, fish, and bugs are vandals. Here's a truth you cannot handle, an endless realm of scam and scandal. Bananas chained like chain gang felons float among untethered melons, an orange that floats among the stars, a shark that swims among the fish, a birthday cake with 6 strange legs on which you make a wish, and all the while happy faces floating in the sky. You see the smiles on their face and always wonder why. Astro the astronaut is floating through space to prove to his parents his celestial grace. Towards the grand old space cloud he gently drifts, alone through the stars, so silent and swift. Within the nebula is a kingdom so grand, it's called Space Kingdom. How about that? There are kingdoms in the space cloud, galaxies galore. Astro will prove to his parents that and more. Worlds within worlds, universes too, stacked like pancakes, old and new. And Astro keeps floating, floating in space. Expressions of wonder lit up on his face. There are monsters called trogs. They come from the bogs. They've been stealing toy helicopters. Why do that? Who knows their plan? Perhaps they'll stick it to the man. Millions and millions of trogs exist. They toss and turn and often twist. They jump out fierce and then attack. They're always hungry. That's a fact. Their master, Megatrog, directs their acts. He tells them what to do, usually to bring him Megatrog food. There's floating space tunnels that lead to portals. That's enough for all us mortals. Some even have the darkest demons. Demons, yes, believe me now. Don't ask me why, don't ask me how. Water, juice, all kinds of food. Osuwasu, he's both rude and crude. He has 4 arms and darkest face. He really seems to love this place. And all he says is, so. He really is the most and boasts about his serpents, shadow ghosts. From Black City all the way to Black Rock, that's the way these humans talk. The human is extremely scared, concerned about the things he shared, about the cosmic butterfly that always gently flutters by and rescues from the alien eye the carrots and the people too. And that's not all butterflies can do. Jimmy was an herbivore. He ate his veggies, nothing more. He made a rocket out of squash and peas, and it did fly, neat as you please. Veggies can make rockets too, and give you food, the why, the who. Don't be sad or glad or mad. Just fly the rocket to your dad. Dance around the cosmic rose. No one knows how long it goes. It has never been known to stop its spin. But that doesn't mean it won't begin to slow and droop and finally stop. No more to turn just like a top. And then we'll frown and be so sad, like the girl in the corner, barking mad. I knew a boy vampire, his name Dracul. He was always pretty cool. He sucks the blood of humans, see, when they're distracted by a tree. In this particular example, the fellow's name is Henry X. His favorite colors became a hex. He's lost inside the woods at night to watch the grass turn pallid white. Flying in the sky are bats. And how do you like that? The stones, the lovely stones, prettier than sun-bleached bones. Did you hear the one about the crone? She made a clone and then was blown when that clone was good and grown. Oh, the things that he has shown. He not a bone, he took a loan. He moaned into the telephone about the world in which he's thrown. Oh, groan, groan, groan. Now he's all upon his own and doing the things for which he's known. Certain thoughts, like certain dreams, can come in swirling, twirling beams of spectrum colors, blue to red, purple, yellow, orange instead. The thoughts that I like best of all are green and pink in whirling thrall. I'm carried far beyond my brain to realms as if by mental plane. I sit for a while too, though I've got nothing much to do but see and watch the colors dance, hues and tones they always prance. Did you ever hear such a crazy tale of Pink Peter Rabbit Cottontail? He robbed a bank and went to jail for money just to feed his snail. Now he sits behind a veil of steel bars that are hard as nails. His hands were sent him through the mail. They were of a different scale. Now he just wants to drink ale from a grail that's stale, stale and pale and full of fail. Dear Grandma, I'm an alien, the best there's ever been. I'm not a hen, but I'm zen, and then I go to my den where I hang with my men friends. The alien is there to help Grandma go crazy. Not that she's lazy, just a little hazy. He wants to turn her pink, I think, and pour stuff down the sink until she blinks in sync and shrinks. What is the power source, you say, for all the pipes here on display? Pipes and winding pipes. So many pipes on this one here. So many you might find it queer. But it's not so very queer, my dear. So don't you fear. Come near. I'll poke you with my spear. The pipes distribute crystal power every minute, every hour. The demon of doom is black and gray, and hey, his tentacles are here to stay. Try to pray, it's okay. The tentacles are bound to spray. A heavy goo, it's no big deal. At least that is the way I feel. What's my deal? Am I for real? Spinning round on this here wheel? I think I'll have a meal of veal and bring it in with rod and reel. This is science, pure and simple. Store it there inside your dimple and hope that you don't get a pimple. Move the sun and move the moon, but don't you do it all so soon. We control when people sleep. We control when people weep. It's really not so deep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. It's really science, nothing more. We determine when you're awake. If it's your only take, for your sake, let it bake. The engineer, he stands so proud. His heart is thumping, oh so loud. To the upper left there are controls, controlling how the submarine rolls. The hatch to lift the sub to land. This is no normal journey, see? The sub is going into the green, a world of space and weirdness too. But something went wrong on this odyssey. The sub blew up and away. But I think the sub is here to stay. Three fine things I have declared are always better when they're shared. Goodness, friendship, big imagination, niceness, kindness, and idea creation. Sunny days and weather mild, Minecraft, monkey bars, some room to run wild. And I will let my mind dreams fly into the clouds, into the sky, also deep into the stars, far past the moon and way past Mars. I'd like to be good like a good boy should. Someday I might, perhaps I could, be nice and have a real nice time. Meanwhile, I'll just write this rhyme. Three great things I do declare I will always want to share. Goodness, friendship, and big imagination. All these things in long duration.